Did you see Adam Richter right before the show started?
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the FearFans podcast. I'm your host, Don Elmy. With me is Nick Millet, Tom Nelly, Joe, and also here we got Dom here. Yeah, hey, welcome, Dom. It's been a while since we had you.
I swear to God, it sounded like you said Adam Richter right before the show started. I'm like, what the hell was that? What does Adam Richter have to do with the show?
Hey, Leon, good to see you.
What's up, Jeremy?
Sick, brother?
Yeah, I was not feeling good yesterday, but I'm much better now.
Nice, brother. You look good, man.
Thanks.
Just so you guys know, my eye is also much better now too, because man,
good.
that was hell for me last year with that eye infection.
Oh, well, good. Then he's rid of his T virus infection. He's good.
Well, see, that's how it works.
Exercise helps.
That's why I've been exercising. Wait, where's
Stop right here. What are you talking about?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Where's Ton? Okay.
Ton or is it Tom?
I'm right here.
I don't know who he's talking about.
Is there an unexpected party?
That version of you, Tom. Maybe the fat one of you. Ton.
Oh, wait.
Wow.
Well, I'm right here. Right here.
No, that's Matt Foley.
Oh my God.
I live in a van down by the river.
You got Don, you got Dom, you got Tom. Now where's Ton?
All right, so yeah, tonight we are covering something that we have not touched in a while, and that is Stranger Things, my all-time favorite show on Netflix. And first ever episode of the FearFans podcast, before it was called that, we covered season 1 of Stranger Things, and now season 2. Now that Nick's finally caught up.
Yeah, so I'm getting there. I mean, I'm not fully caught up, but I'm getting there though.
So the beginning of season 2. It correct me if I'm wrong. That's when 11 started living with Hopper, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
11 was believed to have died when taking down the Demogorgon, but turns out that she was went into back into the Upside Down, the dimension where the Demogorgon came from, and
Right.
she escaped from that, ended up in the woods around Hawkins, and then Hopper came across her, and then just took her in to like protect her and the rest of her friends.
Right.
She felt like she was safer, like being away from them, so they're not in danger. But then Hopper just took her in because he's always reminded of his daughter who he had lost years before.
Obviously,
And by then,
that's why he
interestingly,
adopted her.
Well, and interestingly too, by then she had grown actual hair, no longer wearing a wig at that point.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. And Millie Bobby Brown, I'm pretty sure it was like a bald, like some kind of a bald cap. I don't think she actually like shaved her head for the role. I mean,
well, yeah, I know, but I was saying like her character though. That's what I mean.
Yeah. And pretty happy for Millie Bobby Brown because now, because in recent year, over this past year, it's been announced that she's engaged to John Bon Jovi's son, Jake Bon Jovi.
Really?
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, they're both
incredible.
Yeah, they're 20 years. They're both 20 years old. And they're already getting married.
Well, you know what? They're
Grow up
halfway
fast.
there. They're living on a prayer.
Yep.
So I was thinking of the joke. You hit it first, Tom. Nice job.
Nice. Yeah, and I always loved Bon Jovi's music. So, but
New Jersey, man.
Oh yeah.
I actually used one of their songs a few years ago when I made the COVID response video when they did that song "Do What You Can." So they still got it.
Yeah.
So I gotta be real with you guys, man. Like I loved Stranger Things season 1, but I was going through a real hard time in my life with season 2. So it was hard for me to get through it. So I haven't seen nothing. I heard about these Metallica shows and stuff that I want to watch.
Oh my God.
Heartbreaking for me to kind of watch again, like to get back into it.
What was that like season 3 or 4?
4
when Jimmy
I'm that far behind. My God.
Oh my God. That was like
so
phenomenal.
The music of this show, like let me just speak of season 1 real quick just to get myself into like the music of the show before it starts, even watching it at like what Netflix or whatever it may be on. It's like, oh my God, this is 80s and Winona Ryder and like
it was.
And the bikes and everything these kids are riding. the first season, I remember staying up all night to watch, and I was so digging it. Like like this is my show, and I'm like, I have no clue what this is about. Still, you know what I mean? Somebody's in a hole, like coming out, things like that. Like, but I'm like, I love it.
So I will tell you, in season 2, you had Sean Astin.
Yes,
yep, that's right.
I mean, he like Sean Astin from the Goonies, like the main dude from the Goonies. Like he was like one of the main characters.
That's right.
And he was like just this average Joe that was dating Winona Ryder, and I mean, it was awesome. It really
if I
was.
would have known she was in it, I would have started watching it sooner than I did.
Winona Ryder?
Winona Ryder is yeah.
I just started watching season 1 this morning, so I didn't even get through it all.
Listen, brother, I'll tell you what, I'm going to watch season 2 because of these guys. Watch season 1. It was so awesome. I remember season 2 starting of it. It looked like mafia. Like they were in like some kind of like thing with like cars and everything going, and the girl's hair.
Well, they did like a whole Dungeons and Dragons thing.
And then I got to find my ex-girlfriend, and then it was done. Stranger Things was done for me. It all became like real life Stranger Things, you know? So that's where it was.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's the thing with the Dungeons and Dragons. They always, the boys always name the monsters that came out of the Upside Down, out of that dimension. They always name them after creatures that they have in Dungeons and Dragons. Like in the first season, the monster was the Demogorgon. Now in the second season, the Mind Flayer, with this shadowy entity that is haunting Will, who was the victim, like abducted in the first season. But now the Upside Down is trying to use him to get their advantage to try to take over the world, beyond the Upside Down.
I mean, it's crazy. It really is. But I mean, it's an awesome series. I mean, I couldn't even. You guys got to watch it. If you have not watched it, you definitely got to watch it.
Well, I'm going to continue to watch it.
From what Tom and Don is going off of, from what I've seen, as I feel like there is so much nostalgia in this show that will bring you back to So I guess what a millennial couldn't really feel what we feel, like the 80s, the 90s, the coming back. I mean, music. This show makes you feel right back, and especially bringing Winona Ryder, which is one of honestly, that's one gorgeous lady from Beetlejuice and on. That was my favorite chick ever. Let's be real, guys.
Yeah. In the second season, they had a whole Halloween thing going on, right?
Yeah, they did.
So you could see nostalgia from the 80s in it, not just like E.T. and the Ghostbusters, the main characters were doing.
It was different.
There were things that they didn't really emphasize on, there were these costumes back in the 80s, right? And they were aliens, and you wore their heads on top of your head. So you had the neck going up and everything, and people were wearing them in that, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
It really is.
Thank you.
And I just love that episode where it was Halloween time and the boys dressed up as Ghostbusters.
Oh my God, that was awesome.
And the whole fight with Lucas had with Mike over who gets to be Bankman, I thought was hilarious. And and on top of that, once they got to school, no one else dressed up for Halloween, right? And then when they went trick or treating, this elderly woman thought they were exterminators, and I'm just to be fair, I mean, she's not exactly wrong. Ghostbusters are a form of exterminator.
I was going to say that too. To be fair, they have the resemblance of an exterminator, so I can understand where she was coming from.
There's just a different kind of exterminator.
Two in the box, ready to go. We be fast, they be slow.
Black Swan is writers. Yeah,
agreed.
The Black Swan is one of my favorite movies.
I still remember that movie came out back when I was still in high school, and that movie was talked about in high school.
Why are you talking to Dom and Don? What's wrong with me?
Well, because it's talking about with F.
What the hell, man?
Black Swan was absolutely amazing as far as how they were able to balance the mentality and the structure of the film, the colors, the way the dance actually incorporated in the film, and the way it ended.
Now I understand it.
Black Swan was one of the best.
He's going way into it, and
Yeah, because you have to go into. If you go into looking at Black Swan as just looking at a film, you're not going to see the film. But when you open your mind, you'll see the Black Swan.
Totally.
Look who
That's
just
right.
showed
That's
up.
when that's when you see. Oh my God! It's
What's up,
Kate.
Kate?
Hi guys, how are
Hey,
you?
Wow, Kate. Oh my God!
No.
Listen, now that I have all three of you here, wait until you see Sunday. Wait until you see Sunday. I have something for you guys.
All right.
on
The
the
suspense.
Minecraft thing. Wait do you see it?
Hey, Don.
Drum roll.
Hey Don, we're gonna do a movie show on BB3 TV, but out of respect, I would love for you to do a Black Swan show and have me on it too, man, because you've actually kind of like started this whole thing as far as the movie things. We wanted to do it forever, but you invited me on your network. Please do a Black Swan one day.
I'll consider it for sure.
I gotta just respond to what Santi just said. Sure is dark where Nick is. You know what? It's the light. It's from the T. I'm using the monitor, and I got to admit, normally I use my laptop because I have like two office areas. Like I do shows like downstairs in the basement. I'll do the Tuesday and Wednesday shows. Thursdays when I do the Thursday and Friday shows. With the reason why I'm up here, I should probably tell you guys this, but unfortunately, we had a leak in our basement, which was right next to the desk area. Nothing was damaged. Fortunately, it just leaked out. So until that's repaired, the rug is still soaked. So I have to do shows up here until that's fixed up.
Oh, man. Hey, Nick, if lighting is an issue for you, yeah, just talk to me. I'll hook you up with a lighting kit. I got access to several.
I appreciate it.
Billy, I wanted to respond to this comment. Billy, yes, Billy, I look back at that scene from Stranger Things, and I just think about how years later with the new Ghostbusters movie, I look back at Stranger Things and I just laugh at the irony.
Yeah, that's so true because they dressed as the Ghostbusters for Halloween, didn't they?
That's right.
They did.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, and Finn Wolfhard ended up being a Ghostbuster in the new Ghostbusters.
Yep.
That's crazy.
See, Nick is in his bedroom, which means we're going to be getting a bunch of glitch in 3, 2, 1.
Who knows? Afterlife and Frozen Empire. Yes, I've seen both. Yep. And also, I feel like Stranger Things heavily pays homage to Stephen King stories. Because, think about it. Carrie, the telekinetic powers, 11 has that.
Yep.
And speaking of Stephen King, I've started to read a lot more of his books. Going back to my favorite book of all time. Not just my favorite Stephen King book, my all-time favorite book ever. This.
Oh, The Stand.
Yep, Stephen King's The Stand.
Yeah.
This is my favorite book ever.
It actually stood on its own.
Buddy, I feel you. I own many.
The Body.
Right there.
Oh, yes. Which became
the by me. I own many Stephen King books. I actually own a $15,000 one right now, an unopened.
Holy cow! $15,000?
Yeah, no, I own it.
Nice.
It will never be sold. But you hit it right on the head. What you said with Stephen King's versions of that show, and it goes back to the nostalgia of what it feels like. The ride of the bikes, the old school feel, the sound, the look, the color. If you know movies like I know movies, I've been in this industry forever. When you light a room, you understand how to build it like we saw it. Stranger Things hit it right to the core of what we knew,
right.
And it comes back to Stephen King, Pet Sematary, all of it, The Shining, everything that you know.
Absolutely. Oh, hey, Jill.
What's up, Jill?
Hi, Jill.
Hi, everyone.
Jill, how are you?
Hi.
Nice seeing you. Thanks for all your support this week, too, man. I really appreciate you.
Yes. And hey, I appreciate all you guys showing up for this because my very first episode of FearFans, where we covered Stranger Things, it was just me and Nick. And now,
look where we are now.
Wow.
All about Stephen King, major influences, right? And I know that all too well, from what I've heard with from Jeremy about that. He's absolutely right. Oh, hey, what's up, Lauren? Good to see you here.
Hi.
Me too, more for the full Brady Bunch.
So in my spare time, when I have time off, let me show you guys what I did yesterday.
Okay. Let's see.
Yesterday,
This I gotta see.
Flea markets, and I find Stephen King books.
Ooh.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm gonna zoom in on that.
Yep.
I have
Salem's Lot, 1408. That's like my favorite.
And look at the prices on them. Free
Oh my
$2. So this is what I do every time. I go out to find flea markets, and I find Stephen King books.
Nice.
That is
Good
just
deal.
amazing.
Oh, here. Have you read the comic book crossover where they did Stranger Things and I didn't know they crossed over with TMS.
Oh,
Wow,
I
that's
haven't
interesting.
seen that.
Oh, I'd like to see that. No, I have not.
Yeah.
Please share that to me if needed. Yeah, I would totally buy
Oh,
it.
Chris says his mom has them all.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm considering getting more Stephen King books. You know, I'm about to go get myself another bookshelf. I'm thinking about 2 bookshelves, one for my movie collection, one for my book collection. So
Yeah.
It's before you
That's
know
awesome. That's awesome. You should.
it.
yes.
Hey, before you know it, Don, you're gonna have a library just like Jeremy's that he's got. And my God, he's got quite the library. More movies than books, but still, I can
Yes.
already picture you're gonna have something just like what Jeremy's got.
Oh yes, we got a lot of catching up to do, but yeah, I actually do have a few new movies on the way from Amazon right now.
Lauren, I saw your paintings, by the way. That is fantastic work, and that's just awesome. It's of your great niece. That's awesome.
Oh yes.
Jeremy said you like Darker comes out next month.
And also we got some new characters that are introduced to Stranger Things with the season. We already talked about the other one character named Bob, who is played by Sean Astin and is dating Joyce Byers. And I just love Sean Astin from as we said the Goonies, but also he was Sam in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And I actually saw him in person once. He was here in Chicago. Like he was giving a speech to everybody about this was during when the actors and writers strike was going on. He was giving a very amazing speech about equal pay and about just having how like we do this for a living. We need to be benefited. Like he was very charismatic. I
didn't know he was in Chicago.
Oh yeah.
Hi, Jill.
Oh.
Hi, Tom.
So you're getting so.
That was so creepy.
It just sounded more awkward.
So random.
Yeah.
So I actually
How
like.
you doing?
I liked what Don was just saying. So you got to meet the actors in this?
Oh, I didn't meet the actor. I just saw him around I was outside of a crowd. I saw him just giving a speech. Like they had people from the from that acting organization, from SAG, to talk about their issues with how they're not getting paid on time and among many other issues that were going on.
So do you guys go to Comic Cons and stuff where it's like, you're looking from the outside and get to meet people like Stranger Things and stuff? Like, do you guys all go to that? Like,
oh yeah, we've been to a few conventions.
Yeah.
It's been a while since one, but
it has been the closest one that we have here. There is a Comic Con though. That one's huge, and at times it's really crowded. But there is a neighboring con that Don and I have gone to in the past, and that's a horror film convention called Flashback Weekend, which they have every August. The only problem is trying to get in is difficult because the prices for it's expensive as hell.
Oh yeah,
so that's what she said.
Yeah, well, we love to go back, but again, it's just really hard to do so. So
I've been to a few of those.
like that. You got a Flashback Weekend?
I've been to a few of those Comic-Con things around here, and in my opinion, the ones around here suck.
Yeah,
it's like a giant flea market. Nobody really to meet. No cosplay going on. Nothing.
Wait, did you just say no ass play?
Cosplay.
I see a balance with the Comic Cons and stuff like that. Like,
but there is one I'm going to that's in Oshkosh soon, so that I can meet the Honky Tonk Man from wrestling.
Okay, cool.
Yep. And
Dom has actually met.
Yeah, so I met a ton. So I take Comic Cons in a different thing. I really enjoy them. So not only
I gotta find that picture.
I get in trouble from taking pictures from far away because I know this is not a parental advisory, but I don't give a crap if I take a picture. And I remember taking a picture of Keith or Sutherland, and they go like this to me. No, but I never get the picture. But so I utilize this, and I go meet them, and I introduce myself not as a fan. I introduce myself as a person who enjoys their work. I have gotten.
Wait a minute. Hang on. Someone else.
Yeah.
Irene. There she is.
There she is.
Hey.
I have gotten guests.
Come
on
on,
our network.
Irene. Oh, I
Oh
swear.
God, not again.
I have gotten on our network as far
At this
as
moment.
saying, hey, you know what? I own a network. Please be a guest on the show. Let me show you the work. Let me take a picture with you.
Wait,
Let me
you
introduce the work as we go. So we
you want
we have
you
Michael
own a
Aloisi.
network?
We have Jason coming on soon who plays him because I'm still working with these network as we go. So I take these Comic-Cons. They're just people.
And they're
people.
probably waiting for the security to come with a straight jacket.
They're not. So like it's kind of funny, as you said, like I got to sit with Jenna Jameson. Like weirdly enough, everybody knows who Jenna Jameson is, right? And I'm like, all right,
No.
so cool. I'm never gonna get around Jenna Jameson.
She is not a porn star at all.
I literally take them as people. I sit with them. I explain what they're doing, and we just chill.
They like that when you don't go fan struck. You know, I gotta tell you, Dom, I was a cab driver for 4 years in a big city, and I had some famous people in my cab. You know, once I didn't even realize who they were. The other I did, but I just, kept it all strictly professional, was answering their questions about the city and stuff, not going all fan struck. And at the end, I ended up with a lot of cash in my pocket because they tipped me big.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Okay, so what Sonny here says, I was looking at that question too. So
yes, Are You Afraid of the Dark? A true staple to us millennials in our childhood.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that show. I love it.
The show. Are you
that show is still you know, I just watched another episode, speaking of which.
Oh yeah, because I just showed Nick that they have all the episodes available on YouTube on this one channel, and yeah, every single one of them from beginning to end. And I gotta say, nothing will ever compare to that. So they can't make shows like that anymore.
Is that a show question? Because if not, I bought a nightlight that actually blinks all night.
No, Are You Afraid of the Dark? That was that show from Nickelodeon back in the 90s. So it was, and they did reboot it, but from what I've heard though, is that it is nowhere compared to what the original series was. And then I didn't even tell. I think I told you, Tom, but Kate, since you know that show too, I watched a couple minutes of one of the newer ones, and after a few minutes, I'm thinking, you know what, I'm done with this. This is not like what it was 25, 30 years ago. I thought they were going to take it to that direction, but it just wasn't scary enough to me.
What do you guys remember of that then? Nick, you're hitting something so solid from our childhood. Like, honestly, they didn't hit it. Like, Are You Afraid of the Dark was a solid show. Like, if you knew, I think it was a Sunday or Saturday night when you knew you were getting yelled at, get inside or whatever it could be. Yeah. And like, Are You Afraid of the Dark's coming on? You have to watch dinner. Tom's bored. Look at him. Make sure he answers the question.
Listen, this is like before my
genre.
Exactly. Act like you didn't watch Afraid of the Dark. It's the same thing.
I did not watch that shit.
I was busy working, trying to support my kids. So
you were working. Oh yeah, I get it.
You know, you gotta realize I'm almost, I'm up there.
All right.
I'm probably the oldest one out of all of you.
Listen, he's up there, man.
So back
to higher with the minute. As minutes go by.
He's a fire with the minute. He's up there.
Yeah.
So back to Stranger Things.
that was the whole point of this show, wasn't it?
Yes. So there's new characters introduced to this. Like another one being a girl named Max, who the boys immediately like because
the redhead.
Yes, where she
listen. The redhead is always the best one to go to,
and she's feeling like their high scores at the arcade, and and Dustin wants her to get her to like him, but it doesn't work out for them. I just love where she scares them on Halloween in a Michael Myers mask.
That was actually pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. I loved that, and he has like this older brother Billy, who I remember him, the actor. He was Red Ranger in that new Power Rangers reboot.
I'd love to interview him. I love the Power Rangers. Jesus.
Yeah,
that's been around for a long time.
Oh yeah, but now it's been rebooted and it's got mixed criticism. Some people like it, some people don't. I mean,
well,
For me, it was
Tommy used to be the Red Ranger at one point, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, Tommy was a
white and green
Well, he
ranger.
was the White Ranger. Don't get me wrong, but I think he
White
was
and green. He started out as green.
Oh, the green. All right.
I don't know if this makes a point or not, but I don't know how puzzles fall into place of what we're talking about. But we talked about nostalgia, right?
Yes.
So Goosebumps was brought up. Are You Afraid of the Dark was brought up.
Yep.
With Stranger Things being brought up.
Well, listen, with Goosebumps and everything, you guys were a bunch of puss. I'm just saying.
Say what you need.
I'm just saying.
Don't you feel like Stranger Things were hitting on those tones? What made people feel like, okay, so R.L. Stein's coming out with, Goosebumps, and then we hit all those notes, and I think Stranger Things actually did hit those notes as far as like, hey, you know what? We're gonna sit there for that. That
I think.
I never skip it.
Listen,
right?
Stranger Things was like R.L. Stein, that was like PG-13 rated.
But you're missing the point. Not PG-13. It's the feeling you get when you're about to watch the show. And I think Stranger Things actually found that tone.
It did. The theme song really set the tone, and whenever I watch that episode, because I binge the hell out of every single one of them when there's new season, and every single time Netflix always shows this button saying skip intro, and I'm like, no, Netflix, I am not intro. This song is amazing.
It's like the one show where you just can't skip the intro. It just sounds so good, and and believe it or not,
that makes you excited again, right?
It does. Well,
I don't skip for that, and I never skip the intro.
Well,
Thrones.
Yeah, I actually have the theme song on my Halloween music list, so I also listen to it around
To be
Halloween.
honest, the theme song kind of makes me think of oh my God, what was it?
Well, there was while Tom's thinking that there was. I'll tell this. I don't know if you remember.
While Tom's thinking that,
well, actually, it's for the theme song. So, like Don, I don't know if you might have seen this movie, but considering that the music sounds obviously 80s, there was an early 80s slasher film. You remember that film, The Boogeyman, right?
No, that's not what I was thinking of.
Yeah, I've seen it, but I can't remember of it. I was probably doing 100.
It was like Creep Show. It was kind of like Creep Show.
Well, what I was saying though, that music that they had for that movie
was Creep Show.
I hear, no, not Creep Show. I'm talking about the slasher film, The Boogeyman. But that theme song of Stranger Things makes me remind me of that theme song from that movie. It just has a very similar
sound. That's what I'm talking about.
Honestly, can somebody just play it? Because when I hear Stranger Things, I drift in a way where I'm like,
we can't really,
guys.
We can't really play
the unknown, and that brings me to this show. You know what I mean?
Can't really play the theme song.
You know what I mean? It's like the X
Files.
Files. When you heard that X Files,
I've got it.
You want to believe, right? Is that wrong?
Yeah, I only played for a few seconds. Here it is.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it, Don? Okay.
Like 10 seconds.
Yeah,
is all you can
listen.
Do.
Just listen.
Just listen.
That's it.
Yep. That's the themes for Stranger Things, and I never skip that ever.
That was it. I didn't hear nothing. That sounded
I didn't hear anything.
You didn't. Wait, you guys didn't
hear nothing. It was like a.
I just heard someone burp.
Wait, here.
It was
like, try again, Don.
All right, let's try again. Okay, here it goes.
Here we go.
That's it, right there. That's the thing. So that's all you need, brother.
Yep.
That theme, just like X Files, just like Hulk Hogan's music, engages you to want to watch and find out what's more. When they figure out a way to make a tone to make you hear it and they make you feel it, when a tone hits your soul, that's when your show is going to work.
And that's what that song did. Like, I mean, it definitely hit the soul of the people who were around in the 80s and 90s.
Yes. And also this takes place in 1984, which I believe is the biggest year for cinema in the 80s.
Sure.
I mean, they think about all the stuff that came out. You know, we got Gremlins, we got Terminator, we've got
absolutely
Red Dawn, and Indiana Jones Temple of Doom. The list goes on.
Were you even born then?
You take
I was
population of kids now too. Like built in
I was
1985.
a junior in high school.
All these people, they were not, but I was.
I was a senior in high
I'm
school.
just saying.
Well,
Like
I
you and
graduated.
I were around, but like all these people all over here, no, none of them were here.
Right.
They didn't know. They didn't.
Oh,
They had no
Bill
idea.
was. She just raised her hand.
Bill was gonna say something. Do we need to raise our hands here?
Well, here's another thing too. I mean, you made up a good point, Don. Too. I mean, like you said, the list goes on with what came out. In '84. The one downside, when it came to films in '84 was sadly that was also the last year that was kind of considered part of the golden age of the slasher film, like slasher. I mean, there
was all kinds of movies out.
Well, that didn't come out till Shocker didn't come out till '89. But what I'm saying, they always said the golden era for slasher films was really from 1980 to '84. Yeah, you had a few films that followed, throughout the '80s, but there was like this big breakup throughout the mid to late '80s. But and essentially that's when the genre apparently died. But that wasn't until really about 12 years later when Scream came out that revitalized the slasher craze.
Yes.
Great point, brother.
Excellent. Yes.
Well,
And
from
so-
the guy that's wearing like the bulletproof vest,
Yeah.
I just gotta say, like, look at the cord that's going down the center of his chest right now.
Yeah.
Tell me he's not wearing a bulletproof
He's
vest.
like the 50 Cent of paranormal.
And so, and like, I feel like in this season 2, like there's like a whole lot more going on than there was in the first season. There's all kinds of like subplots that actually do fit well with one another. I mean, we already talked about how Hopper is like hiding out 11, like to protect. And so the boys are like interested in the new girl Max, and of course Dustin comes across this little small reptile-like creature who he names Dart, completely unaware that it's actually a demodog from the Upside Down. And
well, listen.
And there's
all the boys are obsessed with Max because she is a redhead. I'm just saying.
Wait,
I'm
you
just saying.
Wait, I have other ones too here. Also, let's see. Nancy is like romantically conflicted, like at first, but she ends up breaking up with Steve and like teaming up with Jonathan to find a way to expose the Hawkins lab after the death of her best friend Barbara in the first season when she was killed by the Demogorgon. And the way she did it, I thought was brilliant. She called, knowing that Hawkins, that those goons from Hawkins lab had tapped their phone line, and she calls Barbara's mom, saying she has information about Barbara's death. So, which leads to Hawkins lab abducting them, knowing that they were listening in, and then she had been recording secretly. Done like Dr. Owens, the whole time, confessing that they were directly involved with Barbara's death. And then when they got out of there, they went over to Murray, to find a way to use that as evidence to expose them. And I'm just like, wow, Nancy. I was thinking, in the words of the guy of A Man in Jurassic Park, clever girl.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing as soon as when he said that.
And I just thought really Nancy in this was way more. It's like she was likable in the first season, but everything she did in this was really did her character good, especially at the end where there was the snowball, that high school, that great grade school dance where she ended up dancing with Dustin when he got rejected by all the other girls.
But there were so many
that would maybe
like theories that went every which way about her, like saying, oh, well, her brother and this and that and blah blah blah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think the redheaded was awesome. I'm just saying. I have no bias whatsoever.
That's something you're gonna constantly bring up, aren't you?
That because you're dating a redhead.
No,
I think so.
Yeah, that's what I'm starting to think too. It's
so in love right now.
It has nothing to do with that.
Busted.
Yeah.
Hey, look,
All right.
Sandy is not very nice. I'm having a studio built. Look, I have 3 microphones in a studio being built behind me.
Yeah. I mean, I do like
I like it. Much love. It was a joke.
Oh yeah. I mean, I do like the actress Sadie Sink who played Max. She in other works too. She was in The Whale. You remember she played the daughter?
Oh, the with
I
Brandon
haven't seen
Fraser.
that yet. I really want to watch that.
Oh my god! I
Is
just
that
lost my
recent?
hat.
Is that
Yeah.
a recent film? Tom?
Oh yeah, it's such a great movie.
Did it when it was that?
Last year it came out.
It came out last
Yeah,
year.
it was Brandon
Okay.
Fraser.
Brandon Fraser in a hugely crazy fat suit. Like
It was CG. Was it CGI?
It's weird. I don't
No, it
remember
was a
that
fat
movie.
suit.
Was it? Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
gosh.
yeah, trying to like reconnect with his estranged daughter played by Sadie Sink. Yeah, she's incredible. And
I didn't see those movies.
That's weird. I never heard of this film.
I heard
Just
that.
looked it
Yeah,
up.
neither have I.
okay.
What's it called? I was too busy grabbing my microphones, being offended by a comment that I was only joking about.
It was called The Whale. That's the name of the
Yeah,
movie.
that's what I'm looking at.
Where he won all his Grammys. Never watched.
Don was too
Oscar
offended by a fart.
was.
Is what happened.
It wasn't a Grammy. It was a movie.
Didn't he win a lot of? Yeah.
Yeah, he was nominated a lot for Game Awards. Yeah, I believe he won for best and like actor in a lead role. But another subplot in this is that Eleven is trying to like find her, like really dig into her origins about when she was born at the lab, and also about her birth mother, which who turns out was put in a catatonic state when after Eleven was taken from her, and then she goes off to find and then she goes off to find another girl who was kept there like at the Hawkins lab as well, who was number 8. I had her name written down, Kali. Yeah, she who also has psychic powers like 11, but uses them in a different way. She is able to create false images, like illusions, in people's minds.
Yeah,
which brings her to Chicago.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. That one episode felt like a little bit off the rails, but it was still enjoyable.
Well, I mean, there were a lot of episodes that were kind of off the rails there. I mean, in the second season. I mean,
I'm at the part of your show that I gotta really catch up, and no mustard involved.
Right.
I mean,
yeah. I
I
mean,
mean, there was a lot of things that went on in the second season.
Oh yeah, and also like all the crops dying, like there was some sort of something.
I mean, that's when they brought Sean Astin in, and I mean that was kind of weird.
Yeah, and so there was also another subplot involving when Hopper was trying to investigate like all the crops and fields that were decaying, which turns out the epicenter of that was the Hawkins lab, and turns out in the Hawkins lab there is another portal, the upside down, the mother portal of the upside down that they can't seem to close, and
that's when they changed it from the other dude to Paul Reiser.
Later on they did, yes. And then so like the only way to stop the Mind Flayer and all the Demodogs was to find a way to close that portal to the upside down, which only 11 was able to do.
Like what the hell was the other guy's
name? May I ask a question when you guys are ready?
Yes.
So I have only seen a little bit of season 2. Full of season 1, loved it. You guys are truly invested in this show.
Well, of course I am.
What makes me,
I'm a
from
dork.
you guys, want to continue watching the show? Can you tell me why I need to go back and watch the show?
Oh my god, because it gets so involved.
Oh,
I mean,
it's
crazy.
It gets more and more intense as it goes.
Awesome.
Yeah,
the finale is great, and the seasons after that are even better. Season 3 and 4, I think, are better than.
It was when I started watching season 2. I mean, I got to be honest. Although I started watching the beginning of it, a few years back, but now starting to finally catch up. There definitely were some moments where it definitely kind of took me by surprise by certain things. So
there are
like
so
almost
many things
8 years for me to catch up. What is it?
There are so many things. Well, I mean, you may think of it as 8 years, but it's only like 3 seasons. You know what I mean?
A lot of time.
You can do it.
Yes,
you got it.
Yep.
I'll do it. I'll do it for you guys, and then recap on this 6 months later after Dom is done with it, and then we talk.
Oh yeah.
I'm so
because it all relies on Dom.
Yes,
no, it doesn't. But like at the same time, I'm like, I've actually been pissed off at myself for like years why I never finished it. I had a chip on my shoulder why I never finished it.
No,
I
it's
love
a
the
great
show.
it's a great show. It really
I
is.
see it in Walmart. I see Rebel Moon. I have no idea what that is. I'm like, what the hell is Rebel Moon? I want to watch it, and I want to buy a Stranger Things shirt. But I'm like, if I wear a Stranger Things shirt, I've only watched season 1. I can't tell you what the hell it's about.
Look at Don.
Yes, you
He's got
can.
one.
Yeah, there
Yes,
you go.
can.
Yeah.
You can.
And I think
Hey,
it's
look,
all
oh,
the
no, I don't have
nostalgia as well. All the
Oh, yeah.
nostalgia is just incredible.
80s.
Like,
Just
yeah,
the
not a
just
phone in sight. It's like,
yeah. I mean, it's like
so
just
nice.
the feeling.
Not
the
one of
feeling.
those things.
Yeah, I was like, well, cell phones were coming out then, but they were like giant boxes, and you had to be like a millionaire to own them. But
Hey,
look,
what's going on? How you doing?
I
Yeah.
mean, they're like bricks, but yeah, I mean, it's
I
like,
remember those.
Yeah.
but
Well,
anyway,
they had a
kind of
suitcase and they fit in the trunk of your car, and you had this whole battery pack in the trunk of your car, and then this whole cordless thing up there that you know, your phone's on a cord still, but it's in your car.
But yeah, the overall feeling, like what you just said, Kate. I mean, just the music, the storyline, and even kind of the picture itself really gives that nostalgia feeling to it. It
It's also like the simplicity of friendship in the sense that you can just go to their house and you can chill out at somebody's house, and all the drama that comes with it, and the people you know, and the gossip, and like it was just so different back then, wasn't
social
it?
media.
Being kids.
That was actually something else I was going to bring up. You know, unlike now where everybody's on their phones and social media and stuff. Of course, back then, if you wanted to see someone, you obviously had to go and chat, and that was kind of the beauty of it without that social media use from that era.
That's when you had to go to This Is Tom's World.
These words are happening right now, like the beauty of nostalgia and things like that. Like I read The Body, and it's called Stand By Me, and you'll never have friends like you did when you were back and when you were 10, things like that. Right. I love things like that. On the Riding of the Bikes, I watch that movie and I actually get sad. You know what I mean? Like I remember hanging with that movie.
I feel old.
There's nothing scary about that movie. The scary part about that movie is you grow old.
It's worse here.
That is
it's
very true.
Worse here in this country.
Yeah.
It's worse here in this country. It is. Like you've got AI, you've got everything here.
Wow.
And you know, there isn't one thing you can't use without a computer in this country. Even the cars that they make now all runs on a laptop. Laptop.
They're inventing cars that drive themselves.
So you have to have a computer technology in order to be a grease monkey now.
Yeah, like that is true. Yeah, Japan does rely heavily on computerized. Yeah, like I can totally see what you're saying, Irene.
Yeah, and you know what? My house is mostly computerized, right?
That's a scary thought.
Everything is like that in this country, and you know it's so funny because we still rely on gas to run our stoves because when the electricity goes up, we can't have all electrical house because, you know, when the power goes off, you're sitting in the dark for 5 days, right? Wow. You're going, shit, like this.
Oh, yeah.
But Chris does bring up like passing a Tesla driver was like, now we have cars that drive themselves.
Yep.
Yeah.
They have that here too, but they don't like Teslas or they don't like battery operated cars because when you're up the mountain, like someplace you're in a really remote situation and there's no place to plug in your car, what the heck are you gonna do, right?
Exactly. If you're out in a rural area,
There's nothing like humans for your technology in some cases because this is ruining the world because it's moving too fast and they're not thinking.
And
Walmart, Target, all those stores put in self-checkouts, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people lost their jobs because they were cashiers. That was their job. Right? They get laid off. Now they're bitching because the loss prevention people that work for them stores saying that their losses skyrocketed since those got put in.
Right.
And even though they got cameras up here, people still find a way around it, and hackers still find a way around things on computers. And the scams grow as technology grows.
Yeah, that's the danger of technology. Oh, and Billy.
The thing is that they cars still rely on gasoline here, so they made fuel efficient cars.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, Billy's asking, are you looking forward to season 5 and how it's going to end? Yeah, I am. I mean, I don't want to like throw any spoilers for everybody here. I mean, hey, if anything, I just feel super smug because I binged every single season when it came out.
I thought season 5 already came out. It hasn't yet?
No, season 5 is the final season. Season 4 was the season.
Okay, I guess I'm getting the two mixed up then. Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm very curious to how it's going to end because I thought season 4 ended really well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm kind of curious as to what season 5 is going to entail.
I haven't seen that. One is
definitely going to be interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just like with the way the seasons were not coming out as frequently as they used to. I'm thinking, well, they better get caught up on this show, like with filming it and wrapping it up, because the child actor is like, what was that?
What was that?
I don't know. That sounded like a monster coming in, like a Stranger Things.
That was loud.
Was that you, Tom?
No, upside down.
Yeah, I think it was.
It was me.
It says guilty on his forehead.
What did you do? What did you do?
Nothing. It wasn't me.
Watch out for Demogorgons.
All right, Tom. All I got to say is this for you: if you're getting sucked as the upside down, I just got one thing to say.
I would like to ask a question if Don allows me, please.
Yes, please go on.
So a season or a show. So you guys talk about Stranger Things. Something that actually made you cry in the end. I will just tell mine right off the bat. Like, when I end, what I'm saying is, as far as like Stranger Things, things like that, you guys feel like you're deeply involved in it, right? So I didn't get deeply involved in a lot of things, but then I started watching a show that I'm like, oh my God, I feel every character. So everybody might make fun of me tonight, and then please, the comments come in. The last episode of Riverdale, I actually bawled my eyes out. I got involved in this show, and I loved it. And I'm like, wait a minute. They found it. So nobody here is like, nobody watched the end of Riverdale, right? So it's cool. Like, everybody's like, hey, well, let's go find out why, Dom cried, things like that. But like that show, there's so many seasons, you'll probably never find it. In the last episode, and I remember there was a car scene and things like that, and they all went back to the last episode of why. Not to give it away, but I'm like, holy shit, man. This was cool. This was an entire cool show that I watched, and they just ended it. And they ended it that it's not coming back. Like, man, that's awesome.
Yeah,
they did that with a lot of shows. So
I pass no judgment on people who cry at movies. Like, it's like, sure, there's a lot of emotional movies out there, but there was only one that where I ever got emotional.
Which one is that? Oh, I think I know which one that is. Yep, that's
what
I figured.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Crow. I remember you mentioned The Crow.
Yes.
Now that's okay. Maybe I asked the question wrong. Like, a lot of movies make me cry because, like, you can hear an orchestra.
Can't ring
all the time. I'll ball up. I went to go see the Batman, and I cried in the theater. I saw that in concert as they're singing, and I'm crying. The girlfriend, or at the time, whatever she was, and we're sitting and they're playing this thing, and I'm just crying my eyes out, and I'm like, I seen everything I did as a baby in person with an orchestra playing in front of me. How beautiful is this?
Yeah,
I get it. That Crow is another experience, man. I can only imagine, like, when you feel that. And yes. I guess the question I was asking with the show is, as you get to know these characters. So let me give you another example too. The other thing that sounds so weird, that's not Riverdale. Boy Meets World was one of my favorite shows in the world. That, when we knew it was done, You don't get to see Topanga. You don't get to see Corey. You don't get to see anybody on those Friday nights anymore. Man, that hurt. That was a fucking knife in the guts. Sorry about the F word right there, but like that's what I'm saying as far as when you really feel a show. They become part of your family. They become part of your feelings. You become part of knowing. You know you like the movie, everything. Like when you let it become part of that running through your system, that's when you know you love something.
That's right. I mean, they did make
the same thing.
They did make a continuation of that years later, Girl Meets World, where focuses on Corey and Topanga's daughter mainly.
Billy Mount, I am absolutely not looking forward to it.
Nope.
Not for anything in judgment. I will watch it, but there is only one crow to me.
Yes.
I will watch it, but that's the truth to me. I will watch it, but that's not the crow. Yeah. That should have been something named different. You do not remake something that does not need to be remade. You just make it some kind of spiritual aspect of it. That's where they should have put it.
Yeah, and the director of the original, Alex Proyas, he's against the remake because he feels like it's an insult to not just what the masterpiece that he created, but also an insult to Brandon Lee's final performance.
Yeah, it's like you remake these movies.
Tom's gone.
When you remake these movies that's got such a great actor that portrayed the main role, you should at least try to cast it right to honor that role, that person's original job, to make it possible for you to have a job later because they're remaking that movie because it was so famous.
I have an answer for that too when we get into it. However you want to answer, Don. I think you please go first.
I haven't never really watched Cheers or Frasier. Because my parents have loved that show. My dad especially loves Frasier, but me, I never really watched them.
Go on YouTube.
I grew up with it. Cheers. I choose Cheers. I would never watch Frasier because I feel like it was one of these things where it's like, Joe, are you on this with me or what?
I didn't watch Frasier either, but I loved Cheers.
Cheers was one of these things where you felt home, you felt people, you felt relationships.
I actually looked for bars like that to go to as I got older.
They made the place feel like home. That's why Boy Meets World felt good. That's why,
place where you walk in, everybody knows your name.
Fucking Urkel and shit like that. But like honestly, like you think about shows, you think of Cheers, like when homely feel. You think of Boy Meets World. You think of Riverdale, all these people sticking together. You think of like Stranger Things. That's what people want to feel. Frasier, I will never watch. I will never watch Seinfeld. Nothing like that. It was just stupid comedy. I will never watch Friends. You can never ask me to watch anything like that. Like I watch the real things that hit my heart.
Well, I got something to ruin Cheers for you, or at least to make it funny as hell, depending on your sense of humor. Go to YouTube.
It was not Cheers. It was never going to be a Cheers. I know it's
go to YouTube and listen to the full theme song and listen to the lyrics because they only played the chorus on TV.
Yeah.
And the lyrics are messed up, man.
I'll listen.
It's like, wow, did they really say that? And I had to go back and like, wow, they really did say that.
I'll have to go watch, but when Billy Mount, he says,
I have to go. I have a doctor's appointment.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hi, Irene.
You okay?
Hi, Irene.
Everything okay?
Yeah, I have to see my respiratory doctor because my lungs suck. But it's okay. See ya.
I love Irene.
Good luck, Irene. Good having you here.
Thanks for joining us.
I'll see you Friday.
Yeah. Bye.
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 Well, hopefully it goes well.
Yeah.
So Billy, all right. So Billy says he only watches Frasier because he liked the character in Cheers. Now I understand that, but there are so many great characters in Cheers, like Norm and was a Christy Allen was there, and she's now long gone. But they all became part of this whole thing. And the mailman, they all had their chance at the bar as they went there. Like Frasier was just a small part of the show. The bigger part of the show was the entire Cheers family. And that's why I never could get into Frasier, because I felt like it was like, honestly, and I'm gonna say it, like a kick in the nuts to everything that everyone did. Like Frasier was Frasier, but I mean, Cheers is Cheers. You cannot take away from what Cheers did. You know,
right? And
where did Tom go?
I don't know.
He fell.
Oh, okay,
something
cool.
tells me most like
Fell out.
I was gonna say something tells me his battery probably died too.
No, he's in the. He's in the upside down.
He's in the upside down. Yeah, there you go. He's in the
good.
upside down. Yeah, it was good. That's why I gave him that prayer.
The demo dogs got him.
He always says this is Tom's world, and now he's in the Demogorgon's world.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe he could do a special episode through that. This is Tom's upside down world.
Maybe he'll use Christmas
You know-
light.
I don't know, Billy. Like Billy's saying, like as far as Frasier is better than Friends and Seinfeld. You know, I don't know. You probably just grew up in a different time, man. Like, you know, that's cool. I'm glad you liked it. At least you enjoyed TV and it made you feel good. Things like that. I don't know. You enjoyed it. You know?
Oh man,
that is good. I like that, Chris.
Tom is currently about to do the very first interdimensional podcast in history. This
is Mott's world now.
This is Mott's
I think what Don created tonight was something as far as like reaching into a show that made you feel back in the day, and Stranger Things was a thing. So everybody could reach into a topic. You could throw that hat or whatever into a bag and pull it out and feel something from your past. And Stranger Things have done that. And so I think Don has actually did his job tonight as far as like really just pulling it out of all of us and making a great show. So, brother, honestly, thank you.
Man, thank you as well. Thank you for those words. Yes.
See,
and
go ahead, Don. Go on. Sorry.
Hey, that's why I do it. Yeah, no, not just to share my love for cinema, but also to have everyone connect with films and everything that they have enjoyed in the past. Yeah.
Maybe we could ask everyone who their favorite character is from Stranger Things and why.
That's actually one of the things I wanted to get to. Yes.
And I have a part 2 to that. Who's your favorite couple? Because they ended up coupling.
My favorite couple has been Nancy and Jonathan, starting with season 2, because I know that they got together like romantically involved, and also they're a couple in real life. The actors
May I start to not ruin your conversation? Honestly, I did not pay attention to the show that much in order to know the relationship in the characters. I did like 11 and things like that, and like the kids riding the bikes. I should have invested myself more into the show than I did, and I will now. But in order to continue the conversation, I should be left out of this one.
Okay.
Well, you can have a favorite character from season 1. It's fine.
Yeah, we can just talk about favorite characters. So
Winona Ryder, I loved her. She was finding.
Yeah, yes. Winona.
She was great. Yes, and let's see. One of my favorite characters was definitely. I'm torn between Mike and Dustin, because both of them like had their great qualities. Like Mike. It's like Finn Wolfhard. He's just amazing with just about everything he does, and also the actor who plays Dustin, Gaten Matarazzo. I like how he says he uses this show to also not just because he loves doing the show, but also to help spread awareness of his condition, which his character also has cleidocranial dysplasia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he actually has this condition that affects bone structure or like bone development. Like his teeth they have to use something to like pull his teeth in, like they're underdeveloped, and also he has no collarbones. He actually does there's like this stunt that he has sometimes done where he has his shoulders touch each other. Like I can't do it because I have collarbones. So, but yeah, he can do that. And he uses his fame to spread awareness of that condition. So I say good on him.
Yeah, totally.
Yes. And he's also done another show on Netflix, a prank show. I think it was called Prank Encounters, which he hosted.
Yeah, I haven't watched that yet. Have you seen it, Don?
I've seen a few episodes. It's like there are parts of it where it just seems goofy, but it's still better than a few prank shows I've seen in the past.
Yeah.
Not sure if it's up there with Punk'd, but it's definitely not the worst thing I've seen.
Yeah. I want to ask, is this the season where we lose Sean Astin?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the season. Yeah.
Sadly.
Okay, because that devastated me. I can't believe that happened.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like,
See,
what?
I
He has
I think
to
I
come
cried
back,
on that
though.
scene.
He's so yeah,
See,
like he's so big a character. Like what?
I know.
What's kind of
I hated
ironic
it.
was just a few years before he got into Stranger Things, and this is the last thing I saw him in. He actually starred only in season 1 this time in a different horror series. And Don, I don't know if I think you've seen the show too. For the first couple seasons of season 1, he was also in FX series The Strain.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
Yeah,
Strain. That was a pretty good show.
that was good. I like that show.
And also, Sean Astin, like, acting was big not only just for him but for his family. You know, his father is John Astin, the original Gomez Adams.
That's right.
Oh,
Yes,
did
and
not know that.
it's true. And he's now, and as of now, he's the only living cast member from the original show.
He's still alive.
He's still alive. Yeah, he's in his 90s,
Wow.
and you know,
Wow.
it's just he doesn't look too bad for his age, surprisingly.
Yes.
Wow, I thought he passed away shortly after doing those things about with Night Court, where he played.
No, he's still alive.
Uncle or something on Night Court.
Yep.
No, he is. He's 94 years old.
He is. Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
Are we going to answer Billy's question? Because I am due.
Oh yeah. Don, speaking of pranking characters, do you remember Scare Tactics? Yes, I remember that show from back.
One above.
Yes, I showed Nick a few episodes.
Yeah,
of that.
yeah. I was gonna say you just showed me that a few days ago.
Asking about it.
I don't know. You were showing me a prank show, and I decided to show you. I decided to show you a prank show that I remember from.
That was a good night. We had fun.
How do you compare Stranger Things with It 2017? Yeah, there are some similarities. You know, a group of kids standing up against a supernatural force, or in the case of It, supernatural entity. You know, Pennywise the dancing cloud.
That couldn't be made either.
Oh man, that never gets old. Oh, here. I scared Nick once. Oh, how so, Chris? I gotta know.
Oh, whoa. Okay. So, quick story about that. He did that more than once. Don't even go far with that, Chris. Was when we went to Colorado last year in Canyon City to the Abbey. We appeared on a podcast that Dennis had. And good show, by the way. Had a good time. Jeremy was on it too. And he would send... I didn't even know you could do this because it was a show on Twitch. So we weren't using StreamYard this time. He was using a different program. I'm not sure what the programming was, but it was through Twitch. But he was able to send like these screen pop-ups to me, and it scared the hell out of me. And after 2 or 3 times, I'm like, all right, if he does it again, I'm waiting this time. I'm ready.
Oh, it's
so
like
he would.
Oh, I've done that prank.
He said he would send them to me, and I'm waiting for them. But I still,
those jump scares.
I still would get jumped up. You could see me jumping in my seat.
Oh, yeah. The one I loved to send people back in the day was the one where it shows a car driving through the countryside.
Yeah,
and when the
I
car
remember that.
And when the car goes out of view through the trees, there's a zombie that pops up screaming.
Yeah.
Oh, classic.
We all did that in high school in our ICT lessons. Like, it was horrendous. It really was.
I always loved it. I love it.
It was very clever. Very clever.
Yeah, that's just one of the two things I use the internet for, like in terms of pranks. I did that for to send people like jump scares, but also I used a soundboard as a teenager. I used soundboards to make prank calls.
Wow, what a rebel!
Picture that.
That is just.
I was a real jokester during my teen years.
You seem so nice.
Yeah. The dark side of
done that? How would you have done that if there was no such thing as the soundboards and the computers and stuff nowadays? You know, making prank calls back then. You call somebody and it's like, you ask them, it's like, your refrigerator run? Better go catch it. I just saw it going down the street. You know,
or what's your
things like
favorite
that.
scary movie?
You didn't have a lot of those back in my day.
May I ask Billy real quick, or answer him?
Yes. Here, what question?
Which question?
All three of them. So
3 of them.
as far as I Dream a Genie, she is 92 years old. I honestly think it's a sin that nobody has reached out to her. Maybe I'm wrong, and I'll look into it. To talk a podcast at 92 to talk about what she has seen, not how to get into the business, but literally the stories that she knows of 92 years of Hollywood. Now, knowing this, I'm going to email her agent tomorrow. I'm probably not going to get it. I'm probably not going to get it. But
it's worth a try.
But knowing that you took a shot in the world to do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
To have her say, hey, I'll do 5 minutes with you at 92 years old, that lady has seen so much. That we see.
Oh, yeah.
I hope she's...
I'm not sure how you asked the question, but you're asking me of a person, and this is how I'm answering you. She is 92 years old, and she knows a lot about Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Us as podcasters should reach out to people like this.
Yeah, it depends on how much in good health she is and everything, though. She might, at 90, like, a lot of issues come forward, don't they?
Yeah.
Your second best here is to reach her daughter, her son, or somebody to talk about her life. You'd have a great podcast with something like that.
Yeah, hopefully she passed all
podcast,
this.
but like if I wanted to know I Dream a Genie, I'd probably go to her family knowing after she's gone. But right now, take her while she's here.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's not as easy as it sounds.
I also wanted to answer the question too that you were asking earlier, Don. I mean, about favorite couples or characters, because I didn't get to have the chance to answer.
Yes.
I mean,
I would like everyone to answer. Like, favorite, let's just say with favorite characters, because not everybody knows the couples yet.
Okay. I'll go with I guess I'll go with either Finn or 11. I like the two most because Finn, obviously, he was a good leader. He had a tough attitude, but he knew what he was doing.
Oh, yes. Mike was like determined, like, to just about everything, putting an end to the Upside Down, like to like trying to get the portal to close off, and also like reuniting with 11 was also a very emotional scene as well.
Yeah.
It's just like I just love the chemistry that those two have for one another. Yeah,
that's what I like between the two of them, and Finn, again, because of his tough personality, it's like he already had that mentality of an adult, even though he was only like in his early teens at that opinion. You could tell that this kid was able to was already ahead of his age, that he was able to have this independent attitude and also being able to help out 11 and working alongside with her. So that's what I liked about the two.
Oh yes. And let's see, Billy was saying like his favorite was Maya Hawke's character, but doesn't show up until season 3. Correct. And also it's worth noting that Maya Hawke, it's also worth noting that Maya Hawke has pretty famous parents. She is the daughter of both actor Ethan Hawke and actress Uma Thurman.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. So anyway, everyone else. Yeah. So everyone else, who's your favorite character?
I've been thinking, and it's really, really hard because, like I did really like Billy. I thought he was a really good character because you kind of love to hate him, but then once you dig deeper into his family and the dynamic, and he's actually very protective of his little sister, and the father, if I remember, he was abusive, right?
Yes.
Yeah, very abusive and stuff. So I actually liked that it wasn't all Dungeons and Dragons and great things going on. Like, I know what happened to Will wasn't great going into but it was like it was kind of like the other side of things. This is not, these are bad things that also happened to like to people growing up. And yeah, I just really liked him as a character. I thought he was very iconic and loved to hate him. And it was like, you always compare him to like somebody from your school. There's always one, isn't there?
Yes,
one like bad boy that everyone.
I kind of understand what you're saying, yeah, because I felt that way towards Steve in the first season because I ended up like really hating Steve at first, like with the first few episodes of the first season, where he really just came off as this overly possessive guy, you know, like with it when it comes to when it comes to Nancy, and it was just like like really just hating on Jonathan, you know, busting his camera up, and then getting a fight with him, and for Steve when he was doing all these things, I was just thinking, you know what, screw this guy, you know. But then he stepped up to the plate when he was when he came across like them fighting a Demogorgon. He ended up saving them, and then his personality improved even more with this season when he formed an unlikely friendship with Dustin. You know,
he's adorable.
I gotta give him all credit here. Like even Don and like with Kay, we just lost a friend there. It's like he left, but like, so I don't know a lot about this. The way she explained it, the way you're explaining it too. So I learned storytelling a long time ago, right? If you close your eyes, you could picture what they're saying. So like Kay, when she's talking, I could close my eyes and I could picture a character. Don, you're doing the same thing too. Like, I love the way you explain it. You make me like the show more than watching the show. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, the way you explain things.
I think it has such great character development, and there's so many layers to each character as well, which is amazing. So definitely recommend. All the characters are just so interesting.
Guys. Nice job, man. Nice job tonight.
Thank you,
guys. Just real quick, I just saw it. Don, I don't know if you saw it. Joe just messaged in the private chat because I know he just lost it. He had to go. He has some problems distracting him, so unfortunately,
I love Joe.
Yeah, he had some issues, but
Joe.
Hopefully he's doing all right.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping everything's okay with Joe.
Tom had some difficulties too. I'm sure you guys know what's up.
I actually tried reaching out to say, "Yo, you all right?"
Me too.
I gotcha. But so I just like how I really just like how Steve ended up becoming like a big brother figure towards Dustin as the series went on.
Yeah.
What about Jill? What do you think? Who's your favorite character, Jill?
I'm like you. I had a really hard time picking one because you love some, you hate some, but there's reasons for that. Like, once you learn their little backstory, then you can understand why they had that personality. So it's easy to attach yourself to certain ones. And of course, the powerhouse there is 11 because of closing the gate, doing all that stuff. But I think my favorite go-to person throughout the whole thing was Dustin. He's just a likable, lovable character that you just want to see more of him do things. And I feel like the finale really hit me on a soft spot because of the dance and like how he felt when he was trying to approach girls and they were like, yeah, right, like just giving him the hardest time. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I don't know, that just got to me. And I just really felt for his character a lot throughout the show. So to watch him like develop into like who he became at the end of the season, I thought was cool, and how he just connected with Dart, which was like the demo dogs and stuff. So he like everybody else just wants to kill it, but he's like, no, we bonded, So I just thought it was so cute.
Yeah, Dart, the one that he found. Yeah, he was training a dog, even though it killed his cat.
Right?
Oh yeah.
He was trying to like overlook. Yeah, I was trying to it's like Dustin was trying to overlook its flaws, but you just can't overlook a man-eating creature that's out to get everybody.
I remember that, and wasn't the mum like continuing like trying to feed the cat, and she's like, "Oh, where's the cat gone?" And Dustin's like, "I don't know." I remember that now. Yeah.
And and 11, even though like I was saying before, even though it felt like the later episode where she ends up meeting Callie, when the other girl from the lab, even though it felt like that episode was like a little off the rails, like out of place, it did like it felt like it was quite important for them because she remembered like Callie gave Eleven advice on when that became useful, like using her emotions to like to her advantage when she uses her powers. So she used that. 11 used that advice when she was closing the portal to the Upside Down in the Hawkins lab, and I just love how the Hawkins lab was stopped once and for all. Where they were like Nancy and Jonathan's work paid off, and bringing the evidence to Murray. Like creating like they didn't put the whole truth out as far as the Upside Down and the portal and the Demogorgon. Like they had to like water down the story like in a way that would make sense to get the place shut down, like saying it was poisoning released from the lab.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
to get people to believe it, at least.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah. So overall, second season was was great. I mean, I do love the ones that come after that even more. And the show becomes more and more enjoyable, especially the season 4 finale.
Yeah.
Oh
okay,
yeah,
I haven't gotten that far.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I love season 4. I love
Let me
it.
catch up.
I'm gonna catch up. I'm gonna totally catch up. So I get on your level.
Oh yes,
I can't wait.
Oh yes, I mean, there's this character I love from that's guy named Eddie, who
I heard about him.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't want to give anything away. Just you catch up and you'll see why. You'll see why
Okay.
I like it.
I think I have an idea why.
And so I keep my word with that Billy Mount 3. I'm also a 3. Another I wanted to bring up. Do you like Last Man Standing?
Last Man Standing.
I'm not sure.
I don't know that
I
one.
might not see it. It could have been The Rock or nothing. But like, please send me that. Send me what movie it is, and I'll personally send you a message if I like it or not. I can't tell you if I saw it or not.
It's a show. Sitcom.
Real quick.
It's a show.
A show?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a TV series.
Oh no, I definitely haven't seen it. I couldn't tell you. I only do sitcoms that hit my heart, and I rarely have time. So yeah, if I find a sitcom that I want to sit down to, I'll do it. If not, then I really don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So
Last
Man Standing, I'll watch because of you, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Tim Allen's in it.
Yep. I mean, there's only I'm with you on that, Dom. I mean, there's only like a handful of sitcoms that I really enjoy. One of them was The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can never get into.
And I like Tim Allen because I liked Home Improvement. I really
Home Improvement. I liked. That was a good show.
And I thought, like, okay, so I don't know how you guys feel about Roseanne and Home Improvement. Like, I grew up with Roseanne and Home Improvement.
Yeah.
And they had the best damn holiday shows. They had the best Halloween, Christmas shows going. Man, I looked forward to that shit growing up. So
did you see Modern Family?
No, I did not.
Modern
because
Family?
no, it was Modern Family with the Al Bundy style.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
see,
he's the dad in
Al
it.
Bundy was my style. I couldn't get into another family after seeing Al Bundy. See, that's my.
And the
He has
Tyrell
the
character.
same sense of humor.
House of
There,
Dead, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
that's Dawn of the Dead.
Tyrell from Modern Family. He was in this, the Dawn of the Dead remake.
That's awesome. And
Real quick, I just want to share.
Yes, it was.
This link that Chris had sent me, I'm hoping if I could take. I mean, right before we end things, this link that Twitch has the video of me being scared on the show. So when you have if you don't mind, Don, I'd like to show that before we end the show.
Right. Yeah, there's just one other big thing I want to mention before that is like one of the biggest another one of the biggest subplots is that Will, who was abducted and taken into the Upside Down in the first season, is now having visions of the Mind Flayer, and the Mind Flayer ends up infecting him and like using him as like a spy to like try to get into like the Mind Flayer sets his sights on the world outside of the Upside Down and is trying to use Will to fulfill that purpose. It's like, man, the Upside Down just cannot leave Will alone.
It can't. It seems like there's some kind of connection or attachment to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's almost like a possession.
Feels like. I mean, Will had like he's never like been the same ever since the first season. Never.
Right.
Yeah. And
When you guys do watch hours, we could just play it and just watch it together.
We've done like a watch. We've done watch parties. Yeah.
Yeah,
we have to watch it and talk shit together. I'm down. Whenever.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I can see that.
I'll leave my network for you guys right now.
No. I couldn't ask you to do it. Leave anything. No.
Oh man, I'll sign it over right now.
Yeah, I'm down. Let's go.
Like Billy was like saying right here, like upside down is like hell almost.
Like hell.
I've been poking fun at Spider-Man 2 the game, because there's like this one part where you're like inside of this alternate world that this character Mr. Negative creates, and I'm just like, oh, okay, we're in the upside down.
Yeah. I mean, hey, that's probably what might have happened to Tom since he hasn't come back. He's been absorbed into the upside down. Come on,
is this the end of the show?
I've got about 8 minutes left.
Wow.
You know what I should say?
About 2 minutes of this time, real quick, and I don't care what anyone says if you invite me back or not. Don, man, thank you for all this. You invited me to this group. You've introduced me to some great people who are now like hanging out in BB3 TV, hanging out and everything, man. Like, I really appreciate you. You're bringing up topics that hit my heart. You're making me feel things again, bro. Like, in a world that's so harsh, against entertainment, I'm proud of you, brother. And thank you for letting me be here. And I'd love to be here again. I appreciate somebody in the world for being a host. And God damn it, let me know what I can do for you to push you forward to in everything I know in the networks. I'm not sure if I'm even good enough for it. You might be better than us, and I believe it. Okay? I got your back. So in that few seconds of my life, thank you, brother.
Hey, you're very welcome, Dom. And thank you so much for everything you've been saying. Thank you for joining us. Also, I usually do have a few things planned for upcoming shows on here. Let me just pull up, because the main reason why we did Stranger Things Season 2 is because that's what the majority of people on my YouTube channel voted for. Let me pull up the rest of what was being shown on the poll here. Here. I was considering this idea where now that we've covered Stranger Things Season 2, the next ones that we should cover are the ones that are also on the poll, like ones that by...
Here, I'm going to zoom in so that we can get a better look at it. So here you go.
So the most votes were, like Season 2 of Stranger Things. I'm thinking the next one we should go to is the ones that had came in second, third, and fourth. Like, next time next week we'll cover Scream 3, and after that we can cover Paranormal Activity, and then we can cover Saw. Which I'm surprised that Saw got the least amount of votes. I would have thought that got more.
I'm really surprised. Well, I'll tell you this.
You're going to make me watch a lot of shit in the future, bro. Come on.
I will tell you this. Lois will come on to that one because she likes the Saw movies.
Oh, okay.
I'll probably skip.
You'll skip.
So I saw, Saw is too much for me.
It's quite a series.
Yeah, I'm not good with violence.
I like how it has Shawnee Smith, who is a great actress who I remember from the Blob remake from 1988, and also she was in the 90s miniseries for The Stand. So I'm familiar with her work.
Wow.
Yes.
That's
but yes, Dom. But yes, Dom, and as you were saying, yes, I do appreciate you being on here. I appreciate everything you said, and I'm so glad that I'm able to uplift you and just make you part of this. You're awesome to have on here.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, we enjoy you.
Yeah, thanks, Dom.
Yes.
I will be firing up a chat room up on BB3 TV if you guys want to hang out. We'll not be live unless you guys want to fire up, but if you guys after the show want to go in the back chats and hang out, talk about future shows, I will fire up one up and I will send it to you.
Speaking of Lois, she just messaged me.
Oh.
It's got to be late on the UK right now.
Oh.
What's up?
I don't know.
Okay, well, we're still live. You can tell us later.
Can I send the stream up in your guys' group chat? Everybody will see it.
Cool.
Okay.
Nice.
Do you also mind, Don? Do you mind if I show that funny video quickly for you guys? The jump scare.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
You guys are gonna love this. It's hilarious. I can see Chris is still watching, so he's gonna love this. All right, this is about a minute video. This is about a minute video, but just bear with it. Check this out.
Are we gonna jump as well?
Maybe. Wait, hang on a second. Where's the? Oh wait, I had this. I was gonna say I had this on mute. I was thinking, why isn't there sound? Here we go. You guys hear anything?
With the problem,
Yeah.
Mr. Big Bad Guy. So we're going to see what happens.
Give it a second.
That's 3 times already, damn it.
Did you get whiplash, Nick?
You're going to have a heart attack.
See, I was just done when Chris did that to me.
Nick, I still remember when you got jump scared from your own tape recorder.
Yeah, you did, Chris. And
yeah,
So we're going to see what happens.
Oh, that was such a fun night. I really missed that place, the Abbey, already. But that was awesome.
Hi, Jeremy.
Oh, Jeremy!
We're just ending.
Nick needed about 3 new. Yeah, I think I probably did.
You probably got so much whiplash, like the way you went backwards. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. It happened like 5 or 6 times.
Like your neck.
Oh,
man.
Yeah. Last time I saw someone get jump scared like that is like when they were playing, like just years ago when they were playing Five Nights at Freddy's.
Well, Kate, if you remember,
that movie was my favorite movie I've seen.
I mean, Kate, I also unintentionally scared you on one of the other shows.
Yeah.
Remember that? When go on, Doc.
Oh, yeah, when you were like coming out of the darkness. Yeah, that's terrifying when you do
screen.
that. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, Dom, yes. I remember the movie, but I was referring to the games. Like people jump scared from the games a lot.
Who's Mr. Blobby?
Yes, we have to do Mr. Blobby, Dom.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what? Mr. Blobby? The hell is that?
Yeah, we got to react to Mr. Blobby. He's requesting us to react to this old, I guess, old school show. I don't know too much about it. It's called Mr. Blobby.
Yeah, I was going to say, what the hell is that? Never heard of that.
Apparently, it's a show that didn't really age well because Mr. Blobby looks creepy.
It's only in the UK, though. It's a very UK thing.
like
Children's show. You have to see him to believe him, Mr. Blobby.
Yes. I took one look at that.
I'll be in the back chats. Thank you all for having me here.
Thanks, Dom.
Thanks,
Dom.
You take
Hey,
care.
thanks for having us on the other show earlier, too.
Well, you'll be here over there again. If you want, Nick, you have full control of that. I'll be gone a while, and then I'll see you again. Back chats right now. I'm going to send you guys a link to the green room. We can hang out for a little bit, but I'll be gone a while. But I'll see you again, and thank you.
You're very welcome.
See you soon. If I could also make one other announcement too, since now I'm back with all these shows, I'll be back on tomorrow with Nick Files for episode 2 of season 3. Apparently, something went wrong with the second show because we were continuing on to where we left off with the Super Opera Gun to the Grave and Back, but somehow I don't know how that show somehow got deleted. We have no idea how that was possible. It was really weird. But you know what? As crazy as this is going to sound, it actually may be a blessing in disguise because I actually found more details and pictures that I, discovered of the Super Outbreak. So honestly, doing it again will make it even look better because now I got the pictures, I got video. I mean, it'll be a lot more better. So we got that. Then, it's kind of hard to say, Jeremy. I'm not really sure exactly. I know it wasn't anything copyright or anything like that. I didn't really even show anything. So I don't know exactly what happened with it, but it doesn't matter. Like I said, I'm just gonna do it as a Nick Files episode tomorrow.
It was the eclipse. Yeah. Did you guys
It was
catch
the eclipse?
Did you guys
Yeah,
catch
I
the
did.
eclipse? Oh yeah, I did too.
Mochi.
She's
Yes.
here.
Hi, kitty.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I had a hard time with the eclipse. My eyes haven't heard that bad, at least since I first saw Jersey Shore.
Did you have the glasses? You had the glasses though, right?
Yeah. I was just
wait, whoa, Chris! Don't want showing anything. What are you talking about?
Oh, just he's
Nick
joking.
Files.
That. I don't know, but no, so I'll be doing that tomorrow, and then we're actually going to be talking about a similar subject onto the Grave and Back this Thursday. Don, this might be something you may want to check out. Going to be talking about serial murders that inspired horror films.
Oh,
And,
like Ed Gein.
Yeah, like Ed Gein, that kind of thing. So, and then supernatural talk, we got, I forgot her name already, but she's known as the Animal Whisperer, but we're going to be doing that this Thursday. And then finally for Friday, I'll be back. Well, I'm officially back on Frighteners. I think we do have a guest on that day, but I got to check. Move the microphone filter in front of Nick's face and you have an eclipse. Let's see.
Yep.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah, there you go. Here's your eclipse.
Bum, bum, bum,
Oh,
bum,
is this
bum.
actually makes me wonder now, because I created my own eclipse and because people were talking about it, does this mean this will signify the start of the rapture?
Who knows?
Wait, hang on. I got something.
And then we got to end it right after that.
I know, right after. But hang on. I got this. Hang on.
I'm
Oh, where
scared.
is it?
I'm nervous.
I hit it right with me on Facebook. I should have saved it.
Oh, we've been through 30 raptures, apparently, Jeremy said.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, he's actually kind of true on that.
Okay, I can't find it, but yeah, I saw this really funny picture where they showed like the image of the ring from the ring.
Oh, I've seen that.
Oh yeah.
And they said, if you saw, now we all have 7 days because we looked up.
Yeah, we did.
So 6 days now for us. Yep, 6 days. 6 days until Samara comes out for us all.
Through the TVs, as you know what? That eclipse was shown on TV, so you know what that means. That means she's still going to come through the TV as a result.
Yep, or Sadako if you're watching Ringu, the Japanese version.
Yeah, the Japanese version. Oh, and that's the other thing too. One final announcement, as I mentioned earlier, I'll also be a guest on Irene and Amanda's show this upcoming Friday on Spooky Japan podcast. So I'm looking forward to being a guest on that.
All right, nice.
Yay.
Oh my God, Jeremy! Don't even start with that. Just me. I am just so glad that Brad is not watching. I can't believe I'm so glad that Brad is not watching right now because he would be all over these comments. Oh my God!
Hey, match made in heaven. Oh man. Okay.
Or hell.
Or hell. Yeah, you don't want. So okay, so we gotta end this here next, right? We gotta end this. So, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Next week, I'm considering Scream 3 because a lot of people have voted for that as well. So, yeah, like more people want us to see that than Saw. Apparently,
that's really surprising.
Yeah, I'm shocked by that, and I threw Paranormal Activity into there too. So, oh well, they'll just give them what they want then. So, next week, Scream 3. Yeah, it's what I consider to be the lesser of the series, but yeah, we'll still cover it just to get it out of the way so we can move on to the other ones, the bigger and better ones. Yes. Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate you joining, you watching. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next week with Scream 3. Until then, enjoy the rest of your week. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Take care.